Greetings everyone, today I would like to continue my random talk about the random stuff, and I just came from a business trip from Beijing, China, and I went there to participate in this event, not participate, just simply visit. Chinese Tea World Expo 2014. And when I say I was a northerner, they gave me this badge. It says professional audience. Of course, I claim to be a professional in the case of drinking tea. You can become a professional in drinking tea immediately, because not much of a skills are required to become a professional, I guess. Well, it's different stuff. When you are trying to make a tea, you need some knowledge and skills, something like that. So let me talk about tea, and I also claim to be a professional in the case of rumors. Mongolian rumors, something like that. So what kind of rumors there are here in Mongolia about Chinese tea? Obviously, most Mongolians do not drink common Chinese tea. There was some boom related with green tea. You know, green tea is healthy, so everyone is like, maybe I should try this green tea. It was quite recent, a few years ago, something like that. Now everyone knows what's a green tea, and you know this. Now we have this sweet drinks with the green tea, and you know this everything. And you know this the fame or boom of this green tea is like lowered. And why Mongolians do not drink common Chinese tea? The common Chinese tea is called Baihuu, Baihuu, something like that. Baihuu sounds like will you be, will you be, will you be in this in Mongolian. So Baihuu, Baihuu is some kind of brown or this dark, so-called black tea that Chinese constantly consume, or we think that they constantly consume their brown tea or their Baihuu, something like that. So some people, they say, or the rumors say, that when you drink, this Chinese, this brown tea constantly, you will become dumb, you will become slow thinker, and etc. Why? It is because when you look at this cup, when you after you drink this Baihuu, you will find this color. You will find this brown color. You will find this something left, this sediment, something like that. So they say that such this color, such this leftover are this are in your body, and it's going to block all this tiny this vessels, and your this brain will become this zonun, meaning old, meaning this slow thinker. These old people are quite slow in thinking and acting, something like that. So there's rumors, quite strong rumors, that if you drink too much Baihuu, you will become quite this slow thinker or stupid, something like that. Something like that. So of course, Mongolians drink milky tea, and milky tea is a mix of water, milk, and some imported Georgian, this black tea or brown tea. Also, you add fat, salt, and this fat, salt. What else? Sometimes you add some this grains, or this rice, something like that. So when you drink this the mix, and when you look at your cup, basically nothing is left, no color, no this sediment on inside the cup. So people think, Mongolians think, that this is good, this nothing is left on a cup, it means this is going to be good. But some doctors this advise that during their this medical treatment, please do not drink this milky tea. So milky tea is bad for you, something like that. So there is this some kind of this competing this contradicting opposing rumors about tea. This Chinese tea bad, and Mongolian tea is good. This green tea is good. So something like that, or this green tea is bad for your bones, something like that. So simply this, it's you have to choose what to drink, when to drink, with whom to drink, something like that. So speaking of this colors, very green color is believed to be good. A very red color believed to be good. I'm talking in the case of drinks. In the case of food, very red this fruit is very good. Very green vegetable is good, and yeah, something like that. But something this dark brown, something like this, believed to be not so good. It's simply there's some kind of sense of in this taste, or simply maybe brown looks a bit like a poop, something like that. But any color can be good for your health, I think, if it's a real natural product. So speaking of tea, I went and bought a tea called Siberian blend. Yeah, Siberian blend. And when I was buying this, little can, this tea, I'm like, this is like a Ceylon tea from Sri Lanka, and it claims to be a Siberian blend. I guess in some time in the future, I shall show them what is a Siberian blend, or what can be called as a Mongol blend. This. I'm planning to collect, this some tea materials and to make some tea, and I hope this plan will work. Sometimes my plans do not, this work well, and the tea I really like, it was a tea from this company Mabrok. This is some pure Ceylon tea from Sri Lanka called 1001 Nights, Alibaba, something like that. So it cost me about 100 yuan. It's in this expo. I guess it's the good price for this tea. Taste is like a common this Ceylon tea, but simply they seem to add this very smelly this flower or some kind of a plant that smells this fantastic. It smells this awesome, something like that. So yeah, let me just continue my talk in a case of this about word bell. So in this previously I talked about the curse, and I do not believe in the so-called magical properties of curse. I believe in this belief that curse is something negative that is transmitted to mind, this from mind to mind, something like that. For example, someone like opened the book and said, this, we shall kill all non-believers, something like that, and everyone is agree about it. This, yeah, we shall kill all non-believers, something like that. But someone is like, this, someone in the crowd is like, do we really have to do this, or this? Are we choosing this path of death and destruction? He's like questioning it. So everyone is like saying that you're like a non-believer. Your mind is tricked by the demon, something like that. It is like let me this bring different example. For example, here in Mongolia, we have this myth that when a human being was created, dog and a cat was helping to the Almighty God, something like that. So since dog and cat were, you know, these special helpers to creator of mankind, there's these teachings that we must not eat dogs and cats. But someone is like, you know, this stands out from the crowd, Mongol crowd, and saying, you know, our southern neighbors all eat, you know, the dogs and cats. I don't see that, you know, this our neighbors are being, you know, this cursed by the Almighty Creator, and all this, you know, this do not eat dog and cat is basically nonsense, something like that. So you know, this. The main crowd thinks that, you know, this your head is like, you know, this this spinned, you know, this you are, you know, talking evil stuff, you're like stupid, etc., etc. So it's like, you know, this, how to say, if you are act strange, if you stand out from the crowd, people usually think you're like cursed, or you are, you know, some kind of, you know, this dumb a hole, you know, a hole, something like that. Something like that. So some people, you know, this some Mongolians, you know, this even, you know, comment that, you know, this I might be, you know, this cursed or a mad person because I'm like constantly chatting. He has this, you know, this mad hair, in this untied mad hair, and he does not change his clothing. He has these big mad eyes, and he looks ill, and maybe he has some kind of curse, and he talks, you know, this some, you know, this strange language, and, you know, why he do it, nobody knows, something like that. So yeah. So of course you need to be somewhat, you know, this blend. You have to blend in, actually. So yeah, yeah. This is what I think about the curse. If someone is like in this, if some, you know, some rumors can turn into beliefs, some beliefs can turn into a curse. This is what I think. And when a whole community thinks that we must fight, we must, you know, this, it's like, you know, this World War II. When, you know, this everyone is saying Hail Hitler, and Hitler is acting like he is like cursing them, you know, this, he raises his hands, and, you know, he strikes with, you know, this force, and he like, you know, this you know, this hit, you know, this, he's like, you know, this grabbing something, and, you know, this push, doing like this. Imagine you know, this simply change, you know, these words into like cursing words, like, you know, this, let the sky iron punish the demons, and something like that. So he's like, you know, this doing, you know, this some kind of, you know, this magical cursing stuff, but he's doing, you know, this basically he's like cursing. So here in Mongolian, it's quite, you know, this forbidden to gara savчих, meaning, you know, this hand, you know, this, do your hand, something like that. It's considered to be wrong, and it's how to say, it's also related with the cursing. When you're like cursing someone, you usually, you know, this, do this stuff. This, yeah. So yeah, this is what I, you know, this think about cursing. So I hope you know, understand the link between, you know, the curse and, you know, this word bel. So belief can be a curse. You know, this, everyone believes in some very strange stuff, and it seems to be that whole community is like cursed because of this belief. And about, you know, this, you know, feeding, you know, this poor people, about feeding, you know, these bad people. There is, you know, this, sometimes there is a sign in a zoo or in a park, says, do not feed the monkeys. But, you know, this like big fat, you know, this you know, this travelers or tourists like say, "Ah, what a cute little, you know, this monkey, let me give you some candies," and you feed the, you know, these monkeys, and monkeys become, you know, this more and more bold, more aggressive, and etc., etc. So such a, you know, this habit exists in a human being. If you do too much charity, if you have do you know, this too much handouts, if you give too much bonus, or, you know, this free service, etc., etc., they have this tendency to become spoiled. So do not feed people is simply, you know, this please do not spoil them. It's like in this money can spoil, you know, this wealth can spoil you, and your child can become, you know, this someone who very aggressive, demandful, and lazy, and you know, this etc. Well, if you're interested, maybe I could, you know, just continue with this talk, this spoiled mind because of, you know, this money, something like that. Well, that's pretty much for today, and thanks for watching.